So what I'm going to talk about today is creating social media posts. And I get questions like, well, what do we post? Like, what are we supposed to post? Well, a formula that I'm going to talk about today, and I didn't invent it. There's thousands of articles on it on Google. It's called the KLT formula. And what the KLT formula says, here we go, is a marketing strategy that aims to build relationships with customers by getting to know, like, and trust you. Know is the K, L is the like, T is the trust. Okay? So the KLT formula can be applied to social media in a number of ways. So this is what I'm going to recommend for chiropractors. I look at some of the things that you're posting and they're abysmal. Some of you are doing the right thing. Some of you leverage the companies that use stock photography. You notice that nobody likes it, nobody comments on it. There's very little engagement. So if you want engagement, first of all, no matter when you make a post with video or a photo. Never just post words and content. Post a video or a photo that goes with the content that you're promoting or talking about. So the KLT formula, let's take it in terms of 10 social media posts. For every 10 social media posts, you're going to share your knowledge, the K. So 6 out of 10 posts, you're sharing your knowledge. You're educating the public. You're educating your followers on chiropractic care, the benefits of chiropractic care, why a person in a car accident needs to get checked out for hidden injuries. Even if they don't have pain can come later. There's a refractory period. If things get misaligned in the spine, they may have pain that comes a few days or a week later. So, you're sharing your knowledge with the public. That's the K of the KLT formula, educating the public and sharing your knowledge. 3 out of 10 posts are going to be about what you like to do, what your life is like. That's the L of the KLT formula. So for instance, you like to take your family to the Atlanta Braves baseball game, or you attend your children's soccer games, t-ball games. You take your spouse to a nice restaurant, and you're sharing those things on social media. So you're giving the public or your followers a little peek behind the curtain of what goes on in your life and in your business. Well, I say business because when you're sharing your knowledge, share photos of you in your waiting area, in your treatment room, next to your C-arm if you're an interventional pain doc, next to your MRI if you own an MRI, next to your X-ray machine, you viewing a view box of a spine. Like, give people real images of your office, not stock photography. So 3 out of 10 posts, you're going to be sharing what your life is like and what you like to do. You go fishing, you go hunting, you play pickleball, and you're in a pickleball league with your spouse. Like, that is what you're sharing. So 6 out of 10 posts, you're sharing your knowledge with your followers. 3 out of 10 posts, you're sharing what your life is like, what you like to do. And the T. The T stands for trust, right? So 1 out of 10 posts, and by the way, this is not fixed. It's just a guide. 6, 3, and 1. 6, you're sharing your knowledge, the K. 3, you're sharing your L, your life, what you like to do. And 1 is you're going to build trust. Well, how do you build trust on social media? You're going to share a vulnerable post about your life. For instance, every January, I make a post about my brother. If you don't know this about me, I'm sure you've seen this blue wristband if you've been following me for a few months or a few years. I've been wearing this for 19 years. I put it on when my brother passed away 19 years ago. So every January, on the day that he passed away, I always make a social media post talking about I lost my little brother. I'm being vulnerable with my audience because life happens to me too. My life isn't perfect. Nobody's life is perfect. We all go through ups, downs, challenges, successes, failures, setbacks. So you're sharing a vulnerable post, but maybe share what you did to overcome that trauma or vulnerable post. For instance, when my brother died, I was having a hard time in my brain believing that he was gone. So I was looking for therapy groups to go to, and I found one that I felt comfortable with, and I went there every Monday night for 6 weeks. And every Monday night we would do an exercise. For instance, one of those exercises was going through just a stack of magazines and cutting out little pictures that reminded me of him. Like my brother was a giant guy, he was a lot bigger than me, even though he was younger. So there was a picture of a giant bear, or a picture of an alligator. We're Florida Gator fans. Pictures of sports, or just all these little pictures or something. We were gluing them in the bottom of a shoebox. And when I was done, I was so busy focusing on what I was doing in that little exercise that when I got done and cleaned up and then took a moment and looked in that shoebox, I was just overcome with emotion. It was just pouring out of me. And so I'm sharing that with you. It's not a social media post, but I'm being vulnerable. I'm telling you that, man, some crazy happened to me, and I'm sharing with you. So that's the T. That's how you're going to build trust. My father passed away 2.5 years ago. So around Valentine's Day, I'll make a post, about my dad, telling a story about, maybe a struggle my dad and I had and how we got over it. So that's kind of the framework of the KLT formula as your guardrails or guidance for posting on social media. The KLT formula. There's tons of articles on it in Google. It's like I didn't invent it. I learned it at 2 different Tony Robbins seminars. 3 Simple Ways. So here, Easy Webinar. Jessica Fiefel's Consulting talks about KLT with social media. KLT and the power of video in marketing. This is a real estate guy. So the KLT formula, it's out there. There's hundreds of articles on Google that you could research. But that's basically what it stands for. Know, like, and trust. And I just described what all those things mean. So have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.